Forgotten the live. Hey you guys, I'm doing an interview. I'm waiting for him to get here. Thunderbolts opening day. Go watch my Thunderbolts shorts, please. Have you checked the lighting?
Yeah, come sit down so I can look.
I'm right here. I want to wear this to my Final Destination press junket. I'm gonna rewear this outfit. Don't worry, guys. I've never worn this before, and I've had it like over a year.
You said this guy's big, right?
Probably like Derek. Is the ducks outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna close that door. Cause you know, when you sit down, your shirt too. Maybe just raise it like right here.
Excuse
That
me.
looks cool.
Me not burp in the middle of my interview. My hands up, playing my song, the butterfly flying away. Nodding my hips like yeah. I look like I love doing these, but then I can't wait for them to be over because of my anxiety.
Alright, now are you gonna be leaning like that the entire time?
I shouldn't lean, huh?
Yeah, you
Is
should
that a bad back? I shouldn't lean.
Cause then
I didn't drink some regular water. My mouth is like weird.
you know it looks better without the light. Do you want this light on or no?
Yeah, I want the light on, otherwise I look weird. Turn the light on.
Okay.
And turn the other one on too.
What?
Isn't there a light right there?
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't turn that one on because it's gonna be too bright for both of you.
Let me see what I look like.
Man, let's see, you're that nervous. You're over there going.
This is my first in person since the incident. Don't know why.
Alright, come look at it.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect! I'm gonna close your computer in case somebody tries to call. Right, you got the thing, these both, you attach both receivers. Mics are good. The mics are good. I'm gonna drink some regular water. Guys, today's live is we're doing another interview. I did just drop another interview, so go watch that. Be right back.
What's going on, folks? Whoa. See how this looks? Sit down real quick. Oh, this is perfect. Sit down. So this is how it's gonna look.
Any way to bring it down a little bit?
But you said he's tall. So
Okay.
he's gonna be like where the alien head is a little bit.
Alright. Yeah. I mean, he looks tall, but I haven't met it. Well, actually, I don't remember from the Cobra Kai premiere.
You said he was as tall as Derek then.
Yeah. If I recall correctly from the Cobra Kai premiere.
Because what I had to do for Derek was the same thing. I had to like zoom out some. Because usually I'd have like a tighter shot.
That makes sense.
That thing is so wiggly. It's embarrassing, dude.
La 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 la. Is that what people do before they? Junkets Media Alert. Washington Black. Starring
really fun
Sterling
interview
K.
today.
Brown, Tom Ellis, Ernest Kingsley
I'm
Jr.,
excited.
Lola Evans, Edward Blamel, Sharon Duncan Brewster. A bunch of people. I only know Sterling, so I will apply for this. Are you gonna be? We have to figure out. Here are the details for the Creator Young Hollywood event for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Monday, May 12th. Red carpet and pre-party. Hello guys. So I won't really be able to react to, make sure you guys go watch that updated interview that I dropped with Patrick Kelleher on the last episode of The Rookie, if you guys like The Rookie. Jesse Hove, Cobra Kai season. Excuse me guys. I drank that Diet Coke. Should I fix my makeup? Ooh, guys. Why am I nervous? I get like really bad anxiety before every single one of these, and I don't know why. So he was supposed to be here at 1:30, but traffic in LA is ridiculous. So he said he was going to be like 20 to 25 minutes behind. I just want to get this over with so that I can record my other videos. Thank you, thank you. I look a little pale, but I don't really want to put makeup on. I just wanted to put like blush. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? We'll just put some blush on. It's just when you don't put makeup on, the camera and the lights make you look really pale. You feel me? I should be reading over my questions. So, when you were just 10 years old, were you already creating movies with your dad's video camera? For my skills, remember, how do you think that shaped your passion for storytelling, and is this always what you wanted to do? So let's start at the beginning. So, you know, I've always wanted, like, you know, blah, 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 blah. Do me a favor, do one with both Instagrams if you can. Sorry if it's asking for too much. Freaking out, guys. Freaking. So, who's seen Thunderbolts? Anybody gone to see Thunderbolts yet? Thunderbolts is so good. I did drop a little short talking about Thunderbolts, so if you guys can go like it and maybe comment on it. Angel, I saw you comment on it. Thank you. I'll respond to that comment when I also dropped an interview with Patrick Kelleher, part 2. For those of you that like The Rookie, if you guys want to go and tap in and watch that too. The person I'm interviewing next, his name is Jesse Cove. He's the son of Martin Cove. I'm going to interview Martin separately, but he was also on Cobra Kai. So we're going to talk about that and whatnot. You can look Jesse Cove up on Instagram and, you know, all of that jazz. Also, I'm seeing Final Destination on Sunday. I have the Final Destination press junket next week. And then I have some more press junkets coming up. I also have, Disneyland, Pixar, and Karate Kid coming up. And a special Mission Impossible event on the 12th. Tom Cruise, I don't think will be there, but because the premiere is in New York and I can't go to New York twice. So I'm going there for Karate Kid. But, yeah. So, yeah. Busy month. I'm going to spend this weekend filming some more videos, some funny content. Then I'm going to sleep. Thunderbolts is really good. I want to watch it again. I need to watch Sinners again. I have a screener for the Netflix fans. You know the Fear Street prom, the Fear Street saga on Netflix? I'm doing the press junket for that too. Ariana Greenblatt is in that. I know she was in Mean Girls. No, not Mean Girls. I'm sorry. She was in, was it Mean Girls? No, it wasn't Mean Girls. It was that other movie? God, my brain is fried. What was the movie that she was in called? I can't remember, but anyway. Let me see if he's here yet. Oh, it was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Mission Impossible will be seeing on the 12th before I go to Disneyland. The cue cards are for an interview I'm about to do. For whoever is new on this live, this is an entertainment channel. We interview celebrities, we interview movie stars, whatnot, do press junkets. You know, I've interviewed everybody from Adam Sandler to Jennifer Aniston to Harrison Ford to you name it. So, yeah. You know what I don't understand? Instagram's algorithm. So why, for example, like this post, some of my interviews will go viral. But like say like this post like went crazy in like one day. And then I just posted this and it's so slow to like pick up. So if you guys have Instagram, please go like and comment on this. I'm begging you. Because Instagram is just so inconsistent. I'm getting nervous. I need to hurry up. Hello, Scott. Damien. I'm interviewing Jesse Cove, who was the son of Martin Cove, and he's from Cobra Kai. So this guy.
There's a man going around taking names, and he decides who to free.
This guy. Alright guys, I'm gonna sit down for a minute. Babe, I'm getting nervous. I'm sleepy. I haven't slept. I'm hungry and tired. Ooh. Thank you. We are waiting. Hello, Harry Gamer. We are waiting for my guest. I think I need to take like a... Guys, be right back. I have to go get a medicine really fast. Alright, our guest is 10 minutes away. He just texted me. I always get anxiety for no reason. I don't know why. Don't know why. Makes no sense. I've been doing this for 10 years. Why do I have anxiety? I always get anxiety. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It just happens, you know. It's just happened. You're at a wedding and the bride and groom like Freaky Friday.
Dang, baby, it is him. It's like 7 feet tall, man.
It's on live. He's not here yet. He said 10 minutes away.
Oh, I was trying to scare you. I was trying to scare you.
Why is it so hot in here?
You're hot? It is a little warm.
You know, ever since never related to that Eminem song so much in my life.
His palms are sweaty.
My palms were sweating when I was trying to get that photo with Sebastian Stan. I was like, he's right there. I don't want to interrupt.
You're gonna throw up your mom's spaghetti? Are you ready to drop bombs? But you keep on forgetting?
Can you like take this blanket off?
You have to bleed that. Alyssa's ready to drop bombs, but she keeps on forgetting.
Hey Nick. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I don't know why.
Hey, do not throw up on this man.
I need Patrick to respond so we can post this freaking
The collab?
yeah. He was like, yes, let's do this clip, and then didn't respond. Jesse.
Yeah, I'm a little busy.
I know he's busy.
Right there where you are, don't you walk away.
Happy Friday. Wait, let me pin where you put the Instagram. Put the Alyssa the Reporter and the Who Let Us Out online Instagram. I wish it would let me type, but I can't type. Hello. Why do I do this? I'm so annoying. I do this all the time. It's a part of me, I guess. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hopefully Chorizo doesn't balk because my mom is out right now and she's gonna come in the middle of the interview. Thank you. Okay, here we go. I also like hurt my neck really, really bad. Wait, I didn't mean to hide you. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. How do I unhide? Unhide. I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to pin it and I hid you by accident. Okay, there we go. Are you unhidden now? I was trying to, bro, I'm sorry. I was trying to pin it and I hid it by accident, but it should be working now. Somebody was hidden. I think his name was Steve. How do I unblock him from the channel? This was a while ago. Whew. Thanks, guys. Ooh, this is something I struggle with sometimes. The way you da 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 da. I'm gonna respond to these messages. I am feeling nervous. No. Okay. Hopefully this is like 30 minutes. I'm like excited, but like my nerves are like getting the best of me. And I'm trying to... Oh, also Sunday I'll be doing like a fun Mother's Day event with Warner Brothers. So, yes. That will be interesting and very fun. Wait, I see Rose's message is pinned. It's not pinned at the bottom? I see it right there, I think. Right? Ro, are you there? Ro? It's weird on my end, it says it. But Ro, is Ro able to talk in here? Is he still here? Why would they put the pin thing? Like so randomly. Is Ro still in here?
And a lot of these women are broke.
These women.
Ro. Okay. All right, making sure I can still see you in the chat. All right, cool. Hello, everyone. I swear this interview will start soon. I'm just having a moment. Hello, Eva. Okay. another movie that is out this weekend. Another Simple Favor, starring Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. Okay? I went to the premiere for this in Texas at South by Southwest. I think they had a New York premiere too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, this was pretty cool. I can't believe it actually came all the way back from Texas because it was pretty hard to carry this in the mail. But I'm interviewing Jesse Cove. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid, but yes. And then next week we have Final Destination interviews, some Netflix interviews for Fear Street, some more Rookie interviews, hopefully Fantastic Four, Megan, How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is like helping me calm down a little bit. Woo! Baby's here, open the door. Come here, iPad. You have the Alex thingy?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Hey.
Hope the drive isn't too bad.
Hi, Jesse. Nice to meet you in person. Hey, what's up, you Jesse?
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry I'm so late.
No, it's okay. We're always late for the places. The traffic is like crazy.
This is LA, so oh my god, I love your memorabilia.
Thank you.
I just saw this last night. It was really
So
fun.
good, right? I was
Super
thinking
fun.
That and Sinners we want to go watch again.
Oh, Sinners I've seen twice.
We need to go see that with me. IMAX now because it's like Thunderbolts in IMAX. Which
Right.
I love Thunderbolts. I love that.
Oh my god, I love this. I saw Sinners here in LA, and then I saw it again in Atlanta,
Oh, lucky.
which was so cool. Totally different vibes.
Yeah.
In Atlanta, it was just so awesome. It was
Yeah,
like,
from both sides, this side and that side.
yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. I was probably maybe 2 of 3 white guys in the whole audience.
Oh, yeah.
It was a totally different thing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's an experience, man.
It was fun. There was a lot more cheering and like outwardly spoken, just
Yeah.
like enthusiasm. You know,
Oh, yeah, the vibe was there.
it was cool. It was cool.
The screening we went to was, it was at Universal, but it was like with AFI, like a bunch of my other friends who like work in the studio and stuff. Every little moment was like screaming, cheering. Like, it was a
Totally.
really good movie.
Oh
Same
my
with
God.
Thunderbolts.
I
Like
loved
the
it.
premiere, everybody was like yelling and cheering. I was crying.
Was that the one where they had everybody going on stage?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they opened up.
My friend, you probably know Perry Nemiroff.
Yeah,
Perry was there. I saw her like. It was so cool that I've never seen them come out and do it like that.
Me either. I went to a lot of premieres at Dolby and never actually like, even for, I don't think Avatar, I can't remember what
Yeah.
Avatar.
You're everywhere. You go.
Yeah, we're literally like all the time. Avatar I don't remember that much because I was really hungry and that was just kind of too good over my mind. But yeah, they have like a lot. But that was really cool. I didn't expect that. Especially because on the carpet I didn't see like, I only saw like Florence, David. I didn't see the entire cast on the carpet. But when I went in there, I was like, oh yeah, they're here, fucking here.
Oh my god.
I didn't think it helped me.
He's amazing. He has not stopped. That universe has just been so good to him.
Yeah, and I
And they
read,
use it in every movie, it's pretty cool.
I mean,
and I
he's like-
read that before Marvel picked him up, he had a residual check from Lots of Time Machine, and that's how he survived before he got picked up by
Yeah,
Marvel.
he gets it.
Oh my god, because of right, he played the douchebag guy in
Yeah.
that. Oh my god. And you know the creators of Cobra Kai did that.
Yeah, I was
Which is
reading that.
crazy.
It's fun. But yeah, that was the story. He like recently told people that before he got picked up by Marvel, he got saved by that check
That's crazy.
from a residual. Sorry.
But this stuff is so cool. This is like this is how my office is.
Yeah, once you see the seventh veneer,
Oh my
check that
Yeah,
out.
we have like multiple walls. And
You gotta get my friend Lizzie. I'll tell her to come
oh yeah, please.
interview with you.
But outside of the press junkets are cool, like, but they always take like 4 or maybe 10 minutes if we're lucky. And it's like,
So were you here downtown?
yeah, we did the conference.
Okay.
The Urban LA attended. And we were at the Cobra Kai premiere too. That was one of the best. Because everybody was dancing.
Oh, that was amazing.
Everyone
That
was
was such a
dancing.
crazy night.
It was so fun. I think
Oh my god.
it
look
was
at
like
this.
the only time I actually danced.
Yeah, we got another Sinners poster, this one's pretty big.
I love it.
This alien one's pretty cool.
I'm excited for the new Alien show and movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Alien Earth and the new Alien movie that's premiere. There's so much stuff coming out this year that
I didn't see this because I just didn't know whether I should go see
I mean,
it.
it's definitely good for like kids. It's definitely like I'd say you can't replace
I'm
like
sure it's a
Snow
good
White
movie.
that like I grew up with, but it's a good movie. But I just feel like we're in a world where things will get hate because
Yeah.
outside things, which
Yeah.
sucks, but whatever.
I didn't see The Accountant 2. Boy, you got all
Accountant
of
2
those
is so
recent
good.
stuff
I've seen
on
it
here.
twice. It's really good.
Already? Twice?
Yeah, we went to
Wow.
the South by Southwest premiere and then we went to the
Oh.
LA premiere.
Good
So,
for you.
it's a really good movie.
I
Like, that's
can't
one
wait
that
to
I've
see
been
it.
like, I was like, please go see it. It's really good. And then Daredevil was really good too. This show.
Hang on one second, excuse me. Hey,
All
Dad.
nerdy stuff. Sorry guys, didn't mean to mute you. I forget. I was like, I can't hear you. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay.
This is great.
Thank you. Put it together ourselves.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I just feel like we can't, today, like as press, we can't really rely on just like studios to do junkets and stuff. Because
Oh,
sometimes it's
no.
so limited, and then it's like really hard to just get all of your questions and like the nerdy stuff out in
Totally.
like 4 minutes. Like for Daredevil, I was like, okay, I've been obsessed with this show, and I have 4 minutes to ask Vincent and Charlie all of these like questions, and I'm over there like having anxiety because I'm like, how am I supposed to like, and I don't know how long somebody's gonna answer something.
Sure.
So it could just be one question.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no, we need to just like have a space where we can like do our own and get into everything and not have like the limits.
It's genius. I loved your question to Ben Affleck that he quickly answered in 4 seconds.
Yeah, because even on the carpet, like the talent, if they come like right before the screening is, you know how it is.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, only one question, we gotta rush it. And I was like, I'm not gonna just have that one other question. I need to ask this for the fans. I was like, can we see you back as Batman?
Yeah, anything happened.
I was like, yeah, what if that's good? So yeah,
It was
okay.
a good one.
Yeah, so I was like, we gotta ask that because I'm a huge Batman, Daredevil, Punisher nerd, so I had to get that out there.
I feel bad I have not gotten into the Punisher yet.
The Punisher.
Oh, you can throw that pillow if you want.
Oh, it's perfect. It's good.
Oh, nice.
It's good up against the back.
Okay, let me make sure I put these in the right order.
All right, we are rolling. Ready when you are.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Who Let Us Out, and I'm here with Jesse Cove. So thank you for coming. I am a huge fan of Cobra Kai, and I've been following both you and your dad. But I kind of want to start at the beginning. Like, where did the passion for like the industry, acting, start for you? Because I read somewhere that when you were 10 years old, you had, I think it was your dad's video recorder, and you would make skits and videos. So did you know from the beginning that you wanted to be in this industry and be creative?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. Your setup here is so cool. This is just a small portion of what they have here, which is amazing. I love being here. It feels like home.
Yay! That's what we want.
Good. It's just nerd fandom everywhere. So I consider myself a huge movie nerd.
We love nerds. Okay, the nerds.
I'm a nerd, totally. Yeah, we're all nerds.
Good. Nerds rule the world, okay? I remember being in school, it was not good to be a nerd, but now it's like cool. So.
It's true. Nerds are like beat up and all. Nerds are. I know I don't look like a nerd, but I'm totally nerd. My house is full of like Harry Potter, Star Wars. I have a real Captain America shield that like a real one that was made. I have the Trident of Poseidon or Atlan. Sorry, the Trident of Atlan. I've got all kinds of crazy stuff.
So you match our nerd basically.
Yes. We're totally vibing. It started, but back to your question, when I was little, I basically, you know, because of my father, I was always around movie sets all the time. I remember traveling to like India and was on a movie set over there, and it was some movie about a giant crocodile or something. And I literally got into the water and was like paddling on a boat, and it was always like a Disneyland for me. So I was always around this creative energy, and I loved watching movies as a kid and Disney movies, you know, the old movies on like VHSs and stuff, those classic Disney films. And I always enjoyed performing for people and making people laugh and doing accents. And I wanted to be a magician when I was younger. I would love to perform in front of my parents and friends and family. And so that kind of got that bug going. My dad and mom never pushed me to be in the industry at all. They were never like, you know, stage parents. And I was always in my high school plays and theater classes growing up. And I would, like you said, I took my dad's video camera and I would take my G.I. Joes and my action figures and I would make these little movies that I loved making. It was so much fun for me. So I always wanted to tell stories and be creative. And then, you know, going into high school, I was doing the plays, and then when I was like 17, I was like, oh, you know, I can do this as a profession, and that's, you know, I started looking out for agents and all that stuff, and that was kind of how the journey started. And every year it just kind of builds onto the next. So it's been an incredible journey so far.
Has there been anything else you would have like wanted to do if you didn't go down that path?
I love working with animals. I like working with a lot of dog rescues and stuff. There's a part of me that feels like I probably would have been a great veterinarian. You know, I really like helping animals, and probably something in that avenue. Maybe a detective. I don't know. I'm really good at like solving things. And I'm really good at finding things too. I'm like put pieces together of where stuff was, and I can always find lost keys or something. It's probably, yeah. And, or I think it's a Scorpio trait too. I don't remember if it's a Scorpio thing, but yeah, something like that probably.
That's fun to know because we were at a YouTube event and they wanted us to find the keys. It was for the Sims anniversary. I
Okay.
used to be a major like Sims nerd. And everybody completed the tasks. And the one thing was like a hidden pair of keys and he found it and nobody else found it. And we won the
Amazing.
YouTube game and I was like, that's wild. But no, growing up I wanted to be an FBI agent until I learned that I have to be able to run and have like really good physical. And I was like, I'm a nerd, I can barely do any of that, so no.
Oh my god, that's cool though to want to be an FBI agent. I love
Yeah,
that.
I really wanted to. But it makes sense because I love Criminal Minds, Law and Order,
Mindhunter.
CSI. Yeah, and then the Rookie, even though the Rookie's more like funny, but
Mhm.
so I love all of those shows. So that's really cool to know. I did see your video with the cat. What is his name, Mr. I
Oh,
follow him.
Nathan?
Yeah,
Mr. Pickles?
I love his cat videos. That was really funny.
Yeah, he's amazing. He and I have become really close lately. He's such a great guy, and he's actually over in Spain right now doing a rescue operation for these Galago dogs that are over there that are unfortunately getting killed daily. So he's bringing back like 32 of them from Spain over to America to give them new homes. He's amazing. Nathan, you are a true hero, buddy.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I love his videos, so it's really good to know that, like, behind all of that, I've been watching his videos, and I was like, that's so funny, but there's also, he's helping, so
Yeah.
that's really good to know.
We're with that video, I think got like 1 million hits. We're gonna totally do a bunch more together because the collaboration of he and I, it's been really fun.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, cat security guard. We have a wiener dog, and he's...
Oh my god, can he like be here with us?
We could bring him after, because
Okay.
he's I don't know, he's a little unhinged.
I love.
He just barks at everyone, and he's aggressive, like, I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
He'll be like
I
really
just
cute
have him
one
sit on my
moment.
lap.
Yeah, you think, and then he'll start going crazy. We also have 3 pet ducks outside.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I wish they were in here too.
I know, they would be pooping everywhere, but yeah, we love animals too. I love my wiener dog. I wish I could take him to premieres, but he would actually probably cause a whole season.
I would love to take my animal. I have
Right?
2 pit bulls. I would love to take them to, like,
That'd
you know
be
who does that is Tom Holland. He takes his
Oh yeah, I
his
saw
little pitty
that.
to his premieres all the time. I think that's so
So
cool.
cool. There's another journalist, I don't know his name, but he has a really small dog and he'll take it
Mm.
to like events. I'm like, man, what do I gotta like
Yeah.
what do I gotta get to take
Joe
my
Joe Manganiello always has his little tiny like
Yeah.
purse dog always.
And then Adam Sandler brings his dog to press junkets. He was like wandering around
Oh
the
my
Four
God.
Seasons hotel. I was like, whose
Oh
dog
my
is this?
God.
And like, that's Adam's. I was like, oh, how cute. I was like, oh, but he was like literally going up and down the hotel. I was
Yes.
like, that's so funny.
I've also said I think it's mandatory that movie sets should have the movie set dog because they
Yes.
bring the morale up and like who doesn't want to see a friendly dog while they're making movies,
Exactly.
having lunch, you know, it makes you happy,
Makes
you're
you-
doing long days.
You know, it makes things better. You know, gives you like a boost.
Yeah, you're like, oh, there's Henry. Henry's our you know on-set dog for the Star Wars movie we're doing, and he's great.
Oh, Henry. I went. Was it a movie with Mark Wahlberg? Arthur the King, and they had
Yes,
the dog
I
there.
love that movie.
Yeah, they had the dog there too. I did like a little video with the dog, and they had the dog like doing all this stuff, and I was like, this dog is smarter than me.
Amazing story, that movie.
Very, 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 very good story. So that was fun. So I do want to ask, you know, being in the industry, obviously, like your dad, your family's in the industry. How do you know, prove that you are you without? Because there's a lot of people like, oh, people get in the industry because of their family. How do you kind of pave your own way and kind of shut down the haters? You know?
Great question, and you know there's some difficulty to that. At the same time, you know there are certain doors that I've been able to open through you know my father, but you also gotta you gotta show up when you get those doors open. Like you gotta really present yourself and you know be on your A game when that happens because there's nothing more embarrassing than being in those moments in those situations and you can't perform or you don't do well.
Exactly.
So you know I've worked my ass off like every other actor or you know that's out here trying to grind or make things happen and it's I don't take that for granted you know so I actually try to overachieve when I get those opportunities like when Cobra Kai came around you know I got that audition came in through my reps and we didn't really know what the character was. My dad didn't even know. You know I thought originally like I was playing like the young Kreese because they were talking about Kreese in the show and so I worked my butt off on that audition and because again I would be like how embarrassing for me if they asked you know my dad like hey how did Jesse do in that audition for the thing they were like well we went another direction you know so I really wanted to do well with that and I'm so grateful that opportunity you know was able to be there and it was incredible. So to finish that answer it's a blessing and you know I'm still obviously I have to audition like everybody else for things and you know some people can be judgy about that stuff. I went to high school with a lot of people who had a lot of famous parents whether they're musicians actors in that world and you know people just have to carve their own path you know it's kind of like a rite of passage to do that and you know it comes with its own challenges.
And I feel like you almost have to like not prove yourself more, but maybe like work a little bit harder to kind of get out of that, you know?
Yeah, there's like a shadow kind
Yeah.
of cast, you know. I mean, I've been so lucky to work with my dad on so many different movies. You know, what a blessing that is. And, you know, he also has to, you know, I want him to have his own films as well as he does for me to have my own movies. Like, you know, we can't always be in the same project, even though we have projects that we're working on together now that we're like a series that we're developing. But you know we have to have our own individuality within that and but you know when we do work together we have a great time. I mean it's like I always say it's like summer camp. We're laughing all the time, we're pushing each other. I want him to do his best, he wants me to do my best. It's really a cool experience and I'm lucky too because whatever we do together is forever. I can look at that stuff 50 years from now and be like oh man we did this together. It's amazing.
And you get to spend time with your parents, like you know when you grow up that. So for some people that happens less and less, but being able to like work with a parent,
Yeah.
you get to like spend that time. Whereas like in some cases, you know, you gotta go to work, come home, you know, you don't get
Yeah.
that time. So it's super cool to be able to do that.
Thank you.
So it's a blessing.
I'm super fortunate that way to be able to be in a business that we can do things creatively together, you know, even if we're fighting or battling each other or whatever it is.
Exactly. Now I want to touch on some of those roles. Would you say you're both prone to playing the bad guy, and what other roles would you want to kind of step into? Because I wouldn't necessarily call them the bad guy, you know, like the last episode of Cobra Kai really like hit home for me, and I'm still somewhere mentally like he didn't die.
we always joke about, you know, like my dad does these cameos all the time. I mean, he's done thousands of them, and he always like signs off at the end where he like, you know, what does he say? You know, mercies for the weak, here and on the streets, anyone confronts you. He's like, Cobra Kai never dies,
Yep.
and neither does John Kreese. That's always his sign off now. But I think, you know, in a world that he is alive somewhere, I think because they actually did shoot an alternate scene where you see
wow.
his hand, like you see Terry Silver. Terry Silver is on like the cover of the magazine. I don't remember if that was still in the.
I swear I saw it, a hand, or maybe I'm imagining.
Well, they
I
shot.
swear-
There was a news story where you see Terry Silver, like, you know, Terry Silver dead, you know,
Yeah.
from his company or whatever, and then you see a hand come in and grab the magazine, and you see the ring of my dad's finger, so it was his, and they shot that. But I guess it just didn't work for what they wanted to do, which is fine. They wanted to give that ultimate sacrifice for Johnny, which worked out really well. But you know, I think that whole universe, there's so many opportunities for them to do spin-offs and future, past, whatever. You know, I don't think that's all. It's not dead yet.
Exactly, and then the Karate Kid Legends is coming out soon too.
Mhm.
I'm really excited for that.
I saw the trailer again yesterday. I was watching Thunderbolts, and I saw the trailer again. I was like, God, this movie just looks so good.
I know, it feels like we're going back to like, you know, those times. And
Mhm.
I feel like movies need that. That's why I like Thunderbolts, because it felt very like raw, and it didn't feel like necessarily a superhero film. It felt like a really real superhero film.
It was super grounded.
yeah,
It
and
was like
really
really.
relatable. And
It wasn't like this giant big thing. It was like super, like you said, it was very raw and intimate.
yeah, and I just feel like somebody said, "Oh, this is like old Marvel. Like, I can't wait to have it back. Like, this is what we need."
Mhm.
Although, you know, I feel like there's a lot of really good Marvel movies that have come out recently. I liked Captain America: Brave New World. I might get some hate for that, but I really enjoyed it. Okay, I'm gonna stand on my ground. I love that movie.
It's hard to like. I like you. I just love sitting and being in those
Yeah.
worlds. I love watching them. You know, do I think it could have been a little bit better?
Yeah.
Yes.
But was it bad? No.
Yeah. And right. I mean, look for God's sake, getting Harrison Ford to do that is like unbelievable. You know, the man was like naked on screen for a minute. I'm like, well, still got it going on.
That was wild. I love Harrison Ford. I had
Me
the
too.
pleasure of speaking to him for the last Indiana Jones. I just think it's super cool that he's still doing this.
He's
You
amazing.
know, and I'm like, man, I would just be resting somewhere, just watching movies. You know.
Of course, I've been so lucky. I've met him twice. He's the one of the main people that we were doing I was at the premiere for 1923 for the first season, and he had just come to the red carpet. Everybody had gone inside the theater, and I was talking to my publicist. I was like, Rick, we're gonna wait right here until Harrison Ford comes by. I am destined to get a photo with him. The last thing I do is I'm getting a photo with Harrison Ford. And I did. I walked right up to him, and I was like, you know, I was like, Harrison, do you mind, you know, if I get a quick picture with you? And he was so nice. He was like, yeah, of course. Like, where do you want it? And it was such a pleasure for me to have that photo with him.
That's fun. Is there anybody in the industry that you haven't met that you would like to meet and that you look up to? And it doesn't. Let me take it back. It doesn't have to be anybody in the industry. It could be literally anybody.
Yeah. Great question. Obviously there's so many people that I love their work. Their work is like so deep and incredible, and the people that I've become more drawn to, especially in Hollywood, is not only are they like great actors, but how they impact the world.
Yeah.
That is the most appealing to me. You know, when I see certain actors that do a lot of like philanthropy work or, you know, working with animals or children, I just think that's so amazing. I think that says a lot about who they are. And when you really see them out there doing it, you know, there's so many people I would love to work with. It's incredible. I'd love to work with Christopher Nolan. I'd love to work, you know, with Leonardo DiCaprio or you know, Rebecca Ferguson or, you know, my God, Russell Crowe or I mean, it's endless. But yeah, I love working. I'd love to be with people who impact the world for a more positive way, because that's how I like. Tom Cruise would be amazing.
Yeah.
He would be so much fun to work with. By the way, I bought my tickets for the special screening of that pre-opening day. I think on Thursday, May 22nd. I bought like 6 tickets. I'm so excited about
Oh
that.
my God, so fun! I'm going
Yeah.
on the 12th, like a Young Hollywood screening or
Oh my
something.
God, amazing.
I wanted to go.
I'm too old for that one.
Stop it! I'm 31 now. I can't believe I'm 31 now. Oh my God.
You look
And-
like you're 19 years old.
Thank you. I literally freak out when I turned 30. I was like, oh my god, is my life done? Like, what do I?
But
What
we're,
do I do?
we're nerds. We're ageless.
Yeah, exactly. I
We're
feel like
nerds.
I'm technically like 12 in my head.
That's
so
right,
that's
same.
fine. Yeah, I'm seeing it on the 12th, so I'm really excited for
That's
that.
it. That one definitely a twofer. You're gonna have to want to see that again. I want to see that
Yeah.
movie in 40x. Have you done the 40x?
Yeah, I did
experience yet?
40x for Alien Romulus. I did 40x for Venom. I don't know what.
Do you like 40x?
I like it, but so for Venom, I liked it for Alien because I was like pretty chill clothing. It was after Disneyland for D23. But for Venom, it was the premiere. You know, when you go to premiere, you dress. It was
Sure.
like water everywhere.
Oh,
and
no.
The chair was.
Your heels, like
I was like, oh my, we were in New York, and I was like, oh my god, like, I was like, turn it off, and he kept turning it on. I was like, why are you turning
Wow.
the water on?
wow.
So yeah, it was fun though, but I wouldn't want to go in sweats and like just chill.
Sure.
At a premiere, it was a little crazy, but
It's a fun experience. A lot of people still don't know about 40x.
they don't.
40x, by the way, is when you're watching a movie and the seats are moving to the
It's
film.
like a ride.
It's
There's
incredible.
water splashing everywhere.
Yes.
Like it's crazy. It's really fun. Just maybe not when. Oh, also because I had literally painted half my face as Venom.
Oh,
And it was
that's
an
cool.
oil paint, so like any water would make me look like Venom was
Wow.
melting. So I was like Venom versus like the Wizard of Oz, but
You literally turned into Venom.
Yeah, exactly.
But you look
So-
like Venom.
yeah. So and then we had to get on a plane the next day, and it wouldn't come off, but it was like streaking
Oh,
from
man.
water. So it was fun. But I'm excited to see Mission. That's one of my Fantastic Four, Final Destination,
Pedro Pascal, I'd love to work with Pedro Pascal
Yes.
as well. He just seems like the most fun, nicest guy ever.
and he has a lot of wild on-screen deaths. I did a poll. I was like, which Pedro Pascal death is the worst?
That's right. He literally talked about that the other day. He was talking about
Yeah.
how he dies on screen all the time.
And I was
I've died so much too. I
Yeah.
don't realize it, but I guess it's you leave your mark and want to be missed.
What would you say your like worst, goriest, if death?
Screamboat actually,
Yeah,
which
that
just
came
came out on DVD today.
Oh, wow.
It's actually number 2 underneath Sinners right now
That's
on
so
Amazon.
cool.
You can actually, I'll send you a screenshot of that. So
We can have
thank
it in
you.
here.
That was probably the goriest death I've had. There was so much blood when I shouldn't even have said that out loud, but it's okay. People are saying it now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that video where Mark Ruffalo and when he talks about everyone dies.
Oh yeah,
in-
yeah.
Oh
He
my
was-
God. I literally, if that happened to me on a movie of that scale, I would probably poop my pants. It's just gonna be real.
That's like moments that like go down in history. But speaking of like the blood and the gore, so in Sinners they said that like it was so sticky because they used a lot of corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, and it was hot where they were filming. I don't know like how I would be able to handle that. Also like I have very sensitive skin, so I'd break out in like 5 minutes. I'd be bright red, so you wouldn't even need the fake blood
Right.
because I would look like the fake blood.
It depends if it's like the blood that's going in your mouth or if it's
Ugh.
like the blood that's just being sprayed out of like a
Thing.
canister thing. I mean, some of it just dries up and it just stays there. Then they have the sticky stuff, and there's so many different types of blood that they use. They'll have just like a blood pad, which is just like a piece of plastic that looks like a big pool of blood that just throws on the ground. But yeah, then they have like the watery stuff that just
Goes
sprays
everywhere.
everywhere. Like I'm sure what they use in like the substance, when they
That was
spray
crazy.
the that was probably like super watered down. Some they had like 1,000 gallons of that stuff, but crazy.
Yeah, kudos to them because I don't know. Getting the face paint off from Venom was like bad enough. I can't, I don't know. That stuff stays, like it sticks. They said it was the sticky one especially, it stayed for a while.
I did have my guts ripped out
Ooh.
a movie I did called Bring Me a Dream. That was really fun. Taylor Vane, who plays what's his name, the big wolf guy in X-Men, Sabretooth. There's a Sabretooth. I forgot his name. Anyway, he was playing the Sandman. He like picks me up by the throat and he pulls my guts out.
Ugh.
I've died a lot in a lot of different movies, a lot of different ways.
Maybe you and Pedro are like head to head.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Pedro. Watch out.
His second, I think it was The Kingsman. That one was bad, and then
Mhm.
Game of Thrones, and then obviously.
Oh my God, the Kingsman, right?
Yeah, that was. Did he go through like a meat grinder? Or
Yeah,
something? That was
and then
gross.
yeah, a lot, and then also Gladiator was.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
sad.
It was.
That was actually good for a sequel.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I didn't like, and I told my friend at Paramount, I was like, it was a really good movie, and I liked that it continued the story. But the CGI animals, the sharks were throwing me off.
I know it was a little much.
I was like,
I was a little much. Because I even looked it up. I don't even think they really actually did that. I think that was total
Yeah.
Hollywood fantasy.
I was like,
But-
what?
You gotta up the ante,
Yeah, I was like, okay, that makes sense, but it didn't look it just looked off.
Yeah.
She was like, actually, now that you're saying this, I see it. I was like, yeah, it just threw me off a little bit. Everything else was really good.
I love Ridley Scott. So Ridley Scott to me is
Well,
like
he can do no wrong.
he's amazing. Yeah, I just love him
That's
so
why I was
much.
like, whatever. That was my only note for the review that I wrote. I was like, yeah, the sharks and the animals were a little bit, questionable, but everything else was good. So I want to take it back to Cobra Kai. The character David that you played, I think he was kind of a bully, right? And
Yes.
do you kind of feel like Kreese got that whole "the enemy deserves no mercy" from him?
I always joke that I helped start Cobra Kai because if I didn't inspire young Kreese to go to the military, it might have never happened. But I mean, I think that kind of happened through his military world, and his own pain and suffering and having to build that shell that he did, creating no mercy. But maybe in the back of his head, subliminally came from when I said it in the diner, maybe.
I feel like everyone has that like little flashback moment to when they were like younger, like this is from that moment,
Yeah.
I feel like it had it played a little part in it, but I really do love Cobra Kai. I am kind of sad that it's over, but as you said, it never dies, so I feel like it'll be back soon.
I wish they could have. I feel like they could have expanded like 1 or 2 more seasons. Like if they broke up. I personally wanted to. Josh Hayden, by the way, if you ever listen to this, I love you guys. You know that. So this is just my own silly nerdy critique because I just wanted more of the show. I always thought that they could have expanded on the relationship of my dad and Johnny's character, like in season 2, where they're working together
Yeah,
with the dojo. I would have liked to have seen another season more of the two of them getting closer together.
Yeah.
And then it would have made like that heartache where he turns on him even more so. I thought they could have expanded on that a little bit more, but I mean, there's just so much they had to do and fill in the storylines in those story. But that's just my own little personal thing. But yeah, the whole show is just incredible.
And I feel like there is so much that there still could be something in the future.
There's so much to touch upon. I mean, I feel like Hollywood is bringing back so much that we love. We want to see more of, and I think people are obviously like look at like Revenge of the Sith, like that movie made almost $50 million re-release. I think it's the most successful re-release of all time, and because people I think want to feel that nostalgic feeling again of what it was like seeing those movies for the first time or reliving that time period, because that's all. I mean, movies and all this stuff, it's all escapism, right?
Exactly.
Even if it's from a movie that was already made.
Precisely.
Right?
And there's movies that we would watch as kids that I want to see in the theater now because I was probably not supposed to see it because I was either too young or like it wasn't in the theater or it didn't get released in England. Bringing those back and I think I forced him to go see Titanic in the theater when it came back out. I was like, we have to go, please. I was crying. I think it was like 1 a.m.
I saw that too when they re-released
I was
it.
like,
Amazing.
I have to go.
We were probably sitting next to each other crying. We didn't
Yeah, it was like you guys were a mess. But I also bawled at the Wicked premiere with my friend next to me. He was crying way more, and I got the video, and you can hear his cry in the background, and it drowned out my cry. So I was so happy because it was just so embarrassing.
I loved Wicked.
It was so good.
The scene with the two of them in the nightclub and I literally thought that scene was so powerful. My eyes were so well out that whole experience. It was incredible.
That was one of my bawling scenes. It was just such a relatable moment. Whether you experience it today, in high school, when you're a kid, everybody has dealt with that in some shape or form.
Totally.
And in that moment, you feel that
Accepted.
you're alpha, but also you finally get accepted. But there's still so much going on, and then what happens in the end? I mean, no spoilers. I'm pretty sure you've seen it by now. If you haven't, I'm sorry. You should.
They're already advertising the second one,
I know,
so you
it's
might
coming out
have
in
even seen the first one.
But it's just that whole movie, it's really heartbreaking, but it really reflects what has been going on in the world, period. So
It was beautiful. I loved it. I know people thought it was too long, but it's big.
No, I'm glad it was that long. When it ended, I wanted more. So I'm glad.
I love movies that are 2.5, 3 hours long.
Yeah, as long as it's a good movie, I'm there. I didn't want Thunderbolts to end. I was mad when it left. I was like, I don't want to leave this headspace. I'm headspace. Where I feel like I'm here with these little misfits. They're my friends.
We're going on a ride together. We're going on a journey.
Yeah. I didn't Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did.
I love Once Upon a Time.
I was like, keep going.
That was great. I think they're doing a sequel to that.
Yeah,
Brad
Netflix
Pitt.
is doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy because I like the crime nerd that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So the Spawn Ranch is up there where the Mansons used to live.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to that cave, and then I try to go to Cielo Drive. So I love all of the crime stuff, and in my head I really wish that never happened.
Mm-hmm.
So in the movie, giving that fight back moment moment was like
Sure.
kind of like my little revenge. Even though I'm nowhere near the 60s, but I was like, oh, what if?
I love
Because
that.
that was just like crazy and terrible. So I love the movie because it was like my little escape from like the
Of course.
history of that.
My dad's in that, in the opening scene of that movie.
Oh my god, I need to watch it
It's a
again
very
now.
quick little moment of him. He's at the very beginning of the movie. His scene was with Leo when he's doing the
Ah,
Western thing. Yeah.
That
right
was
in the
probably
beginning.
the only movie we've ever actually bought on Prime. Like,
Oh, wow.
Because you don't really need to buy movies anymore on streaming. I like the
Sure.
physical copy.
I do too. I like having.
Yeah.
I have my DVDs or Blu-rays. Like it's so nice to like look
You
at it.
touch it,
pull
and then
out.
you know how they used to have
My
the-
Screenboat, by the way.
like this. Does it? Okay, I need to ask you. Does the Screenboat DVD have the cover, or is it just the name? Because you know how they changed it back in the day. DVDs had the actual like artwork. Now it's
I
just
love
like the
it.
name.
So they're doing actually two versions. They're doing a special limited edition one that's going to be like a steel box,
Oh, cool.
but that's not coming out till I think
Later on.
later. But right now it's just like the DVD. I don't think it has like the cardboard shell over it. It's just a regular DVD.
Okay.
The sleeve. The
But
sleeve.
yeah, I
in it.
loved back in the day when they had like the actual CD had like the cover.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah.
Even like music CDs. That was good times. They need to bring those back.
I think they're coming back around.
I hope so.
They are.
I hope so. I mean, this generation needs to like see what life was like, beyond the iPad.
Yeah, well, I feel like the generation now that we were talking about, we're all making money now, and so I think we're all buying those things that
Yeah,
we want again.
as a
Aside
kid.
from iPads and all that stuff, we want like
Exactly.
DVDs and actual
Physical
hard copy
things.
stuff. So
Yeah, we need that. Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I hope you're listening.
exactly, same thing with like Revenge of the Sith. When I watched the movie, I saw everybody coming in there with like their kids, which was so cool. Like just like have them
Bringing
share
them.
that moment. Same thing with Cobra Kai, Karate Kid. That's one of the biggest things that people always talk about is that they're able to relive this stuff with their kids, which
Yeah,
is so cool.
bring it down the line and like continue. I'm so excited to go see Karate Kid in New York. Anyway, hype. So I'm gonna go back to Cobra Kai. So that premiere was one of my favorite premieres ever because everybody was dancing at the after party. I love 80s music. I always feel like I was like
Me too.
I was older in the wrong time, and that I've been to so many premieres, and usually it's like mixing and mingling. It's good food, but I don't really see too many people actually dancing. This was so fun. I did not want to leave. The music was like a hit. Everybody was dancing. I think I got a video of your dad dancing. I was talking to him for a little while too. I think we were talking about a Marvel movie. I can't remember. But I got a video of him dancing, and then I think Peyton was dancing, and it was just so fun. And
My
yeah.
sister started that dance floor, by the way.
Oh my God! Really?
So I've said this before in other news. The Coves are always the first ones on the dance floor. We always get the party started. My sister, as soon as she got into that room at the after party, she went right to the dance floor. She took her shoes off, she went right to the dance floor, and she kept dragging us in and started that going. And then the circle started, and then my dad, I saw Peyton and Cheryl and Jacob dancing, and I was like, Dad, you gotta get in there.
That's dedication.
It was awesome. That
So
was an amazing night.
So I was gonna ask you. I was like, are you a dancer too? Because obviously the whole family.
I don't consider myself like a dancer.
Dancer.
I love dancing and
Okay.
having fun. Like I'm always gonna try and have a good time. I should definitely take some more classes. Maybe I'll whip out some Magic Mike moves one day, maybe.
Okay,
Hopefully.
I mean, yeah, that was one of the best parties ever. I was like this. Like I've been to so many premieres, but that was the one. I was like, this is such a fun night. Like
It was
everybody's
amazing.
actually dancing and they're dancing together.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like, oh.
That never happens. You
Never.
don't see that kind of dancing
At all,
in a group.
at
No,
all.
never.
Because it's like sometimes the talent will be at their tables,
Mhm.
the press or whatever will be like a little separated. But that was like everybody just came together. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want it to end.
I think it's because a lot of it is the cast. Everybody's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like Alicia, Anna, Kim, Peyton, Jacob, Shola. Like everybody has this great energy. Tanner. Like everybody is so much fun to work with, or even in life. So I think all of them are pretty adventurous. I've done Comic-Cons with all of them around the world, and me too. And we usually, even when we're all together, we always end up doing fun stuff or playing jokes around each other. So everybody just knows how to have a good time in that group.
Yeah, I could see it. I was like, man, I wish I was on this cast. Did
Yeah.
I need a reporter? I wish. So back to like the impact of movies. Has there ever been a particular film that impacted you, or like a scene, and like why?
I remember growing up, like one of my dad's favorite movies that we would always watch in the house was like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is a Western. Like that's one of my all-time favorite movies. I was like 6 when Titanic came out. That was an incredible movie. Like I'd never seen a movie like that before. And also like Gladiator, that was another one that I loved growing up. I mean, they've all impacted me in different ways. Seeing even like the original Disney movies growing up, like just seeing how those movies moved me and impacted me. I just always wanted to like capture that somehow and figure out how to emulate that into like real life and the movies that I do. So, so many, it's so hard to choose just one. So
Yeah.
much. Even like certain horror movies, like there's some great classic horror movies are so much fun to watch that I watch every year.
I love Halloween.
I'm obsessed with Halloween. It's
Halloween.
literally my
So
favorite.
good.
Yeah, same. It's my favorite time of year. You know, Harry Potter's another one. I love the Harry Potter. I'm obsessed with the Harry Potter movies. I think Gary Oldman is probably one of the only people I've ever been starstruck in front of.
I have a question for
yeah.
you. Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone?
Oh, very good. I had both books. I'm gonna go with Sorcerer's Stone because that's how it was for me. I would always say the Sorcerer's Stone.
For me, it was the Philosopher's Stone.
Of
And
course,
it
you got the
was-
English version.
Yeah, and everybody was like, well, what is a Sorcerer's Stone? It's a Philosopher's Stone. But that was like a whole nerdy, like I just remember being a kid and we'd go to the grocery store and when that book would come out, we would all buy it and read it in 2 days and then go out to school and obsess over it and then the movie would come out and you drag your parents to go see the movie. And it was just a whole thing and I just missed that. Same with Twilight, actually.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Like watching the Harry Potter movies was so special because you always knew there was another one coming. Like, and there was 8 of them. So like, even if we were on the 4th or the 5th one, like there's another
There's
one.
more coming.
There's like on the 6th one, there's another one. And so that, and going to, I remember watching the last one with my sister. We went to the 3 a.m. screening of it because it was opening night, and we literally watched it at 3 in the morning because we had to see it. It was sold out everywhere, and I mean, we just like cried our eyes out, you know.
And then when the
Snape.
last one came out,
Oh my god!
that was just.
And then they have the series coming out,
Yeah.
which I really hope, you know, kind of pays homage to the originals and does it justice. So we'll see.
I hope so. It's hard for me to disconnect with like the actors who played those characters because you know a lot of them have passed and they're part of your childhood.
Mhm.
But I'm optimistic because of like the fandom. I'm excited to see it. But I feel like
Me too.
in the back of my head, it's always going to be.
Yeah, it's hard. I played Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
It was probably one of my favorite games I've ever played. I just enjoyed being in that universe. I'm a very proud Slytherin, by the way.
I am a Gryffindor, but
Mm.
I dabble in Slytherin only because I bought a green outfit because Gryffindor was out of stock.
You have some Slytherin in you. I
Little
can-
bit
I
of
can sense
Slytherin,
it.
yeah.
I can sense
Sometimes-
the rebelliousness.
Some rebellion, usually, you know, but Gryffindor.
I think being a nerd is the parcel with being rebellious. is a
Yeah,
part of that, right?
exactly. You're like, I want to be a little bit of a rebellion,
Mhm.
but I love being a nerd. I love Gryffindor, Slytherin. I still feel. I don't say I feel bad for Tom Riddle because who he is,
Mhm.
but I'm the person that will have sympathy for the bad person because I'll try and see the good,
And yes.
which is like a conflict. Because I don't know if you watched Daredevil, but Kingpin, I was telling Vincent like I feel bad for Kingpin.
You sympathize with the villains.
Yeah, I'm like he had a hard child, Then I'm like,
What about Voldemort? Like his childhood was probably,
well,
was-
I mean,
he did have a hard childhood. He was
Yeah,
adopted,
so,
and he was
got,
felt unloved. He's got mommy issues for sure.
Yeah, it's just when he was in his human form, I felt more bad for him because he's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I still have sympathy for him, but not after like the last 2 films, the last 2 books. He's a little bit of an asshole. Sorry, but no, I mean the Snape one really killed me. Snape was hard, even though Snape was like the mean teacher. I used to have a history teacher that I
He
remember.
became
Snape.
such a G. He
Yeah,
just
I was
became
like,
such
yeah, not Snape.
gangster.
And then in real life, when the actors pass, I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, my heart. So yeah.
Did you see the Harry Potter the First Child?
I did.
I saw it twice. It was pretty. Again, I just like being in that world.
Yeah, take me in that world. What are the other movies that came out? They were was that with that guy? The guy who was in that show.
Harry Potter stuff.
It was. It's the spin-off. You had me watch it. What was it called? It was. It's in the world of Harry Potter. It was the. You know what I mean?
The Beast. Fantastic
Yeah,
Beasts
yeah,
from the
okay.
Planet.
I was happy to be in the world, but then I like wanted it to like go back into like
Those were I really enjoy those, but they kind of did their own.
Yeah, it was
thing
kind
in
of
those.
like
Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you for making.
That's
this.
like give the people what they want.
want.
Like, why have they not done a true Darth Vader series? Like, I was disappointed by Obi-Wan. I didn't really. I thought that it was just kind of. I thought it lacked certain things. I obviously enjoyed being there and seeing these characters come back, but I didn't think they went far enough with the characters. Like, and everyone I've talked to about this, like, and I know everybody wants to see a Darth Vader series,
Yeah.
like the journey of him, of Anakin, after Revenge of the Sith when he becomes Darth Vader, and all that stuff that happens in between. Like, I think it would be such a compelling show to watch, and people would
Yeah.
just love it.
I think instead of like, I know sometimes sequels and prequels are cool, but like if it's gonna be a prequel, you know, make it a series. So if you're gonna do a Harry Potter, don't remake Harry Potter. Do like, you know, something. Take one of those characters and give me his backstory.
Right.
Like do something that we like haven't seen. So hopefully, I don't know, they take that advice.
And Disney, I love you guys. I just think they should do like a Darth Vader Andor style series. You know, and
You
that
heard it
kind of
here.
yeah, that's right.
Everyone
Would be
heard it.
amazing. And Hayden, love you, dude. Love him as Darth Vader. I wanted more. I wanted more.
You gotta give the fans what they want because we're the ones watching it after.
Cobra Kai gave the fans what they
Yeah.
wanted, and they ate it up in troves. You know.
The fandom for Cobra Kai is like huge.
Yes.
Like it's bigger than the Bayhive, if I dare say that. I don't know. I don't want no Beyonce fans to come after
No,
me.
they are. I've seen it in person. They're by the thousands, the hundreds, like in person, like seeing. It's just, it means so much to so many people, and the legacy of all of it, and it's a conversation that is always being had amongst all the people that have been around Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Like people are still talking about like it's just amazing how much it means to people.
Yeah, it's like multi-generational. It goes through time, and you know you have the best of like both worlds, really.
And it was always even still the underdog, like Karate Kid, like it was on YouTube. Nobody even knew what it was.
Yeah, and then
it was still trying to make its way, and then it finally got to Netflix, and then it became what it was. But it was always the underdog. You know that Cobra Kai didn't have the kind of money that a lot of these other Netflix, like Stranger Things. I mean, these shows were like $100 million budgets. Like Cobra Kai was never in that realm. So again, it was always the underdog. Still came out on top.
It built its way up, and you know look where it is now. I mean, I think when I was like looking, because I posted like the photo for the premiere. It was just a basic like photo, and I just used hashtag Cobra Kai. And out of all the premiere photos, this one was the one that got like the most views like outside of my following.
Wow.
And like people were sharing it, and I was like, it's just a photo. Like what is going on?
So cool.
It was just so cool, and I was like, wow, like I'm meeting new followers, and like I always follow back usually because I'm like new friends. So I was like, oh, like these are so cool. Like I'm getting connected to like more people through this fandom.
Yeah.
And I'm like a part of a lot of fandoms, like the show The Rookie. Like that's one of my like big little nerdy ones. I communicate with all the Rookie fans. Like a big
That's
nerd.
funny.
Like there's a Reddit chat that we like talk on, and I take their questions back, and I'll ask like the cast, like, hey,
Love it.
they want to
You're
know
so
this.
invested.
No, I really am. I'm like, you need to, like, I don't want to ask questions because you know, when you work for like other news outlets, you can't really ask what you want. You gotta ask what's like on that news outlet's like audience. Is it clickbait? Is it drama? We just want to talk about the nerdy stuff and like what I want to know about the next episode. Like, I don't care about like the other things behind the show. Like, I want to know what's happening next. What happened on set, like what is on scene, like what did you guys do? Are you guys friends in real life? That stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because the whole point of a movie or a TV show is to take you away from life.
Mhm.
And that's why I say when I write a review, if that movie had me like away from my phone, really invested, I left like happy or like moved, then it was a good film. Maybe not perfect, but it wasn't a terrible film. And I don't think I've really seen a terrible film yet. I've seen movies that could have been better, but I haven't seen anything that was like too terrible. Because I can tell if I'm on my phone and I'm just not interested, then like, that's it.
Sure.
So that's like my big thing. So before I close it out,
Yep.
we also have a game, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
Can you tease what you're working on and anything upcoming that
I
we
have-
don't already know?
Sure. I'm so lucky. I have so much that's being done right now. I actually just finished an action movie called President Down. Really excited about that. Gina Vittori's in that. She's wonderful to work with. Directed by Nick Lyon. Great director. I've worked with him before. I have another action movie I did called Whole Shot with this wonderful French actress, Laura Claire. She's great. Became a wonderful friend. Great actress she was in France. She's amazing. That's a really fun movie. I'm super excited about that. We shot that in Florida. It's like all this action and like stuff on jet skis and all this. We had so much fun making that movie. I have another Western coming out called The Gunfighter's Deal. It's like a supernatural Western.
That's
Really
fun.
excited about that. My dad has a fun cameo in that. We really, that was a fun story. I've got this great pilot that I just did called Forsaken Mercenary that was just at the Sunscreen Film Festival in Florida. I posted about that a little bit. That's a really fun one. We're trying to get out as a series. And then I've got this other great movie that was directed by my friend James Cullen Bressick called Boris is Dead. We've got Dane Cook in that, Cam Gigenet, Twilight, your favorite.
Oh my god, I love Ken. He was
Working
also
with him is
in
really cool.
the OC.
Yeah, he was really fun to work with. He plays this character you've probably never seen him play this kind of character before. He's super eccentric and crazy. That's another fun one. So there's so much that's coming out. I mean, there's probably a few that haven't mentioned, but just staying busy. Got a lot of good stuff in the works, and just also stuff in development as well. So
Well, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that.
thank you.
I want to ask you, do you do your own stunts?
For the most part, yes. I mean, there's certain things that I like. When I did Magnum PI in Hawaii, there was this amazing elevator fight that was choreographed by a good buddy of mine, and it was this incredible scene that we had, fighting in this elevator, and it was actually choreographed by my buddy Holland Diaz. He's an incredible stunt coordinator, a stuntman, and he's done some big Marvel stuff too. And he helped choreograph the fight scene for Captain America, Winter Soldier, in the elevator. You know, the one where he's like, "If you guys want to get out, now's the time," or whatever he said. So we did a scene in there, and there's a scene where my character gets thrown up into the ceiling, and there's all these sparks that fly up. I really wanted to do that, but they just, for safety reasons, they wouldn't let me. But I love doing my own stunts. If I could do some of the stuff Tom Cruise does, great. That's saying a lot. Would I hang off the side of the Burj Khalifa? I don't know, but I'm willing to do a lot of stuff. So yes, for the most part, I do. Of all the stunts I've done in all my movies, it's mostly me. So when you see me fighting, it's usually 90% me. I haven't broken anything yet, thank God.
Really? I know John Bernthal said he broke his nose multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, stuff happens, and that's okay. But I enjoy it. It's part of the fun, and I want people to be able to watch the movie and be like, oh my God, like Jesse's doing that. Look at him. Like he doesn't cut away to some other guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like with firearm stuff too. Like I do a lot of training with firearms. Like I train with Terran Tactical, same guys who trained John Wick, Keanu Reeves for all his movies, and like Michael B. Jordan trains there too. Great people. They do a lot of incredible work. So yeah.
That's good to know. It puts you into the movie more, and you know what? They did that. You know? I think that brings out like the fun and action in the film a little bit more. I mean, Florence Pugh in Thunderbolts did jump off the building, the second tallest building, I think. But she didn't do the skydiving part, but she did do the jumping off part. So she jumped off, and then I guess somebody else did the skydiving with the parachute.
So they like jumped off, and then they like brought her back in or something.
I guess, because like in the video, she like jumps off, and she has like the thing they attach to her. And then
for her.
Yeah, but I don't think that's fun. Like I've climbed the side of a skyscraper in New York. I don't think I would.
We say that here, sitting on these couches, but then
like I did that. That was fun.
Oh, you did that?
The edge, right? The edge. So they put. It was so hot that day. Like I was losing my mind. They had me in this freaking suit.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like attached to the side of it, and they're like, okay, now we're gonna turn around and look at the view. And I turned around, and I was like, oh no, can we just go?
Oh my goodness.
Looking at the view made me nauseous, but like while I was climbing, I was like, no, this feels so nice. But then looking down at like Manhattan was terrifying.
Sure.
So shout out to Tom Cruise, because I don't know. I would jump off and close my eyes and just hope for the best. I don't know. As long as I don't see it, I'm okay. If I see it, then I don't have a heart attack.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to play a little game with you. I'm going to pause it really quickly just to explain the game with you. Let's see which paper it is. It got really hot in here.
Yeah, it did.
I'm like, if I turn the air on, it's going to start, the sound is going to...
Oh, okay.
LA's never-ending weird weather. Okay. So I have two little quick trivia games. So this shot is going to be more on him as opposed to me.
Okay.
Because it's going to be like a reel.
Right.
For like editing purposes. So the first game is like rapid fire. So basically I'm going to ask you these questions.
Spit out these
yes
answers.
or no.
Okay.
Completely random, has some movie related things and has some like normal life things.
I'm ready. I'm scared, but I'm ready.
It's not that bad. I made it like simple, but it could have been worse.
Okay.
Ready?
Bro.
Okay, first one. Making your bed every day is important.
Very.
Okay. Leaving a party without saying goodbye should be normalized.
Sure.
Getting up, walking through movie seats during a movie is awkward.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. There was enough room for Jack on the Titanic door.
Plenty of room. Plenty of room.
Robert Downey Jr. is better as Dr. Doom than Iron Man.
Incorrect.
Exactly. Not eating the crust of pizza should be a crime.
I do enjoy the crust. But yeah, it could be a crime.
I eat the pizza for the crust, so it is a crime. Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man.
By far.
A straw.
Tom is great. I love Tom, but
Just grow up
Toby's
with
great.
Toby,
Yeah,
you know. A straw has one hole, not two.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
See?
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
'cause-
That's a
right?
good one.
I saw this yesterday and I was like, wait, that's
There are 2 holes.
1, 2, but then is it one? I don't
Oh, that's a
know.
good
I'm
one.
sure people in the comments can figure this out. Okay, so that was that. So you did
Good
really
questions.
well.
Good
You'll
questions.
get a little Who Let Us Out pin.
Okay.
So when we play this one, these will like go on the screen of the clip.
Okay.
So I'm basically gonna show them to you. I would say like look at it and then look at the screen.
Okay.
So these are gonna be scenes from shows and movies, and you just
Okay.
have to guess what they're from.
Okay.
So
Do you want me
this-
to answer them here or
Yeah.
to you?
So that way to the camera.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the first one. This is a TV show. It's pretty easy.
Cobra Kai.
Okay, next one. Also pretty easy.
Karate Kid.
Yep.
Oh, that's really good. What is this? Oh my god, why can't I guess this? Oh, that's so bad that I can't guess this one.
I'll give you a clue. It's the third movie in a Marvel.
Spider-Man?
Yes.
This Spider-Man, it's Tobey Maguire.
Yep.
Spider-Man, oh, which one is this? The Amazing Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
It's the scene where MJ is about to break up.
oh man, my
With
least favorite
pizza.
one of the 3, that's why.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know.
That's okay.
It's funny. I had to get you out somehow. Last one.
I was so excited to see those movies, by the way, when they were coming out of theaters.
Me too.
I could not wait.
I was like, those are my Spider-Mans. Tom's great.
They were. When he came back, I was crying.
Super nerdy doll. I was
Yes.
Like, oh God. Last one.
Ooh, this is obviously Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yes.
Love this movie.
Hey, you're good at this. Okay. We're going to have to come you back so you can do more.
I auditioned for Captain
You
America.
did?
But I didn't. I was a lot thinner and smaller than I am now, and I was.
I mean,
was
in
like
the
19.
first movie, which one did you audition for? The first
The
one?
first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
was
mean, in the
19.
beginning,
I wasn't ready for it at the time.
yeah.
Ready now, but then I wasn't ready.
I mean, look, we got Sam Wilson now. We got John Walker. I mean, the way the MCU and all the
Jesse
universes-
Cole.
You never know. You never know. You just gotta put it in the air. Well,
That's right.
thank you for coming.
Thank you.
for playing our game. We'd love to have you back. We also have some like food games, British Persian food that we're.
Oh, I
doing-
like that. Good.
But with that, we gotta check all the boxes and make sure nobody's allergic to nothing.
I can eat anything. I'm super
Okay, good to
fine.
know. So next time we'll have
Persian
that
food
going
is
on.
great.
John Cena would know too. His wife is Persian.
John's a great guy. He's super nice.
He has a movie coming out with Idris Elba, head of state.
Yes, saw that. It was
So
funny.
they were talking about doing concepts for that. So I was like, this would be really good for that. But yeah, it's June. So
Thank you for having me.
no, thank you for coming.
This has been super fun. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, thank you. Okay, you're good. I'm gonna edit like
Okay.
that.
Oh, okay, okay.
You're good.
Take these
Our-
mics
our
off,
first-
man.
Thank you for coming with me before the game. But I'll edit
Okay. That was so great.
it. No, thank
So
you.
easy.
I know. Next time I should have put some more harder film clips.
That's okay. There's a couple good ones.
It's because I had another one of my friend on the red carpet from Mufasa, and he couldn't get any of them. I was like, are these hard or am I just a nerd? I don't know.
It's so fun. So fun. Are you still on there?
Oh,
Oh, no, there's
this is live.
Hi guys, thank you for. I will come back on live in a little bit. Thank you to my moderators. I'll read these messages after.
No mercy.
Exactly.